Okay, we're live.
Just say got it.
Mhm.
And let me know when you see it.
We're sharing it now.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Try not to rock. Okay.
Mhm.
Glad you're on.
Did you get it?
I'm putting join me for my live interview about my book.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
The actual live.
Go to the actual live on their page.
Mhm.
Okay.
We're live. The actual live.
Go to the actual live on their page. Okay.
The actual live.
Go to the actual live on their page.
Okay. I just shared it. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name, as you know, is Meagan Pinkney, and I'm founder and CEO of Joseph's Ministry, LLC. And I have the proud honor and privilege to be here with our newest author, Miss Linda Singleton. How are you doing, Miss Linda?
Hi, I'm doing fine, Megan. And how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So before we dive into the actual interview, can you tell the people just a little bit about who you are and some of the amazing things that you have going on in your world?
Yes, my name is Linda Grant Singleton. I'm a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I attended school here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I acquired a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology from Southern University in Baton Rouge. Once I became employed with the Department of Children and Family Services after 20 years, there was a need to advance my career by obtaining a master's. So therefore, I went back to Southern University in New Orleans and obtained a master's degree in social work. Currently, I decided to write a book based upon the knowledge that I have from experiencing being a parent, as well as working for DCFS.
Wow, such an accomplishment. So, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but I actually graduated from Southern in engineering. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Alumni. Okay.
yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
it is such an honor to be with you today. So the purpose of us meeting today is to talk about your new book. So can you tell us about the book that you just wrote and also the reason why you wanted to write this particular book?
Yes, I'm very excited about the book. One common phrase I've always used is that parenting does not come with a guide. Unfortunately, it does not come with a manual or something to go to. So I decided I want to come up with a manual, and I talk about it everywhere from beginning the conception, even prior to becoming pregnant, things that mothers should be aware of, such as what's their health condition, and to get everything under control, get their immunizations up to date as well. I talk about infant care, anywhere from burping a baby, breastfeeding, the advantages of breast milk, swallowing a baby. I go on to talk about preparing a child for going to school, what things to do to get them prepared and for this next new adventure in their life. I talk about teenage stressors, teenage hygiene. I talk about parenting styles and um, parenting disciplines, appropriate forms of discipline. Along with all of this, I also have included anecdotes of personal experiences that I had as a parent that I've shared, as well as experiences I've had in working with DCFS. All of this is in an effort to help parents that that may need some guidance in certain areas. We have an all-inclusive table of contents. So if you want to go to a specific area, just look up baby swaddling, teenage hygiene, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow. You know what? Like you first started off saying, they always say parenting does not come with the guide, and you are like literally providing a solution for that. So I don't have
Yes,
any kids yet, but I'm sure this would be a gift. I mean, for all
yes,
parents out there. But I mean,
exactly.
you talked
And just
about
in time for the holidays.
there you go. We're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that. But I mean, you're solving such a huge gap that we have in parenting. So I know you talked about you have children. So you
Yes,
talked about you providing some of your personal experiences. So how do you
yes.
think your parenting experience would have been different had you had your own guide?
My parenting experience would have been different, and I would have been a little bit more afraid at the time with both of my kids. They both actually had serious, I would say, illnesses, and I didn't realize, the seriousness of it. I could have lost my kids, but during the course of writing this book and researching and finding out more about being meconium stained, as well as having spinal meningitis, influenza, um, both my kids had one or the other. It kind of scared me, but it's been a very interesting experience, and I want to pass it on, not to scare anybody in case they encounter this their own child, but that's just one part of it, as well as just sometimes parents make mistakes. They make honest mistakes, and just for due to a lack of knowledge, not because of neglect. I talk about that in the book. For example, you may have a parent that's struggling financially and they may decide to add on to their powder formula for their baby, not knowing that you are actually causing the child to become malnutrition. And it's important to follow the instructions exactly as noted on the container. But that's just part of it, Meagan. It's all inclusive. It's so much until it would take me a long time to just really talk about every area.
Absolutely. So, how the question is, and probably those who are watching and will watch on the replay, they're probably wondering, like, man, with this resource guide, how long did it actually take you to write it? And if you had to put all of your sources, your resources that you took to research and to actually write this book, how many books do you think it would actually take?
It would take anywhere from 75 to 100 books because it's just a wealth of knowledge that's pulled from several areas that is compact into one book. It's as inclusive as I could possibly think to do at the time. And to answer the question about the length of time, it took me from October of last year up until now to actually pull it all together. It's been a very pleasant experience, and it's one that I really cherish.
Wow, that's a lot of resources. So you're going to be saving parents so much time to get
Yes,
information. I mean, they could just get your book and it could be a one-stop shop. I mean, literally
right.
for the
Yes,
topic, for those topics, of course. But
yes.
there's so much to learn about parenting and things like that. But my question to you is just out of curiosity, how did you get into that field? Some people, go to college for so many different. How did you get into that field that you graduated in?
Okay, I'm going to share my personal life here. I had, I've always had a very strong maternal instinct, and I lost my mom at a very early age. I was only 5 years old. And even as a child, I just had this strong maternal instinct. I wanted a child to love, to cuddle, to nurture. Um, And when I went to college, I wasn't really sure about exactly what area I wanted to go into, but I knew I wanted to do something with helping people. And at the time, I was only 16 years old. I chose the field of psychology, not knowing exactly what I was getting into. I just knew it was the study of individual behavior. And from there, a whole career of helping people anywhere from with various levels, anywhere from the Office of Economic Stability, providing Medicaid, food stamps and welfare eligibility, all the way to promoting to the Department of Children and Family Services under the umbrella of Child Protective Services and Family Services. And again, it was such a rewarding career. It's not meant for everybody as in any other career, but I found it very rewarding. There were so many times I felt like a superhero because I was making a big difference in children's lives. So to answer around, just to summarize, I love kids even to this day, and that's why I wanted to write something that I felt like that I'm actually an expert in because as far as the courts are concerned, I am a child welfare expert. So I want to
Awesome.
give my expertise to others.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, you seem so very nurturing and calm and patient. I'm sure I can ask your sons, they may say something different, but as far as us talking,
Mhm.
oh, but seriously, no, thank you so much for sharing. But have you ever thought about being able to share your parenting guide with the courts, with those social workers and things
Oh,
like
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Definitely sharing with the court and get passing that information on to parents. They may benefit just from the various stages of life that their child is in. So absolutely sharing with the courts, other community agencies that work with caring for children or providing services for children.
Good. That's awesome. Again, it's a resource guide. I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
is what people need. So that is
Yes,
amazing. So after you have written, you have done your research, you have officially published your book, how do you feel?
yes.
How do you feel? Do you feel accomplished?
I really do. It is a self-fulfillment. I feel very proud of what I've done. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm very happy about the experience. It was wonderful. As I said, it was a learning experience for me. I was glad to pass on research. So it came from various areas, as I said before, from my experience, from the Center for Disease Control. There just there's several. If you look at the bibliography in the back of the book, you'll see that there's a whole page of resources that were used to gather all of this information.
Wow. So one of the last questions. So of course, this is a parenting guide. Your target audience is parents, but are there is it for older parents, is it for younger parents, or is it just parents in general?
It's for parents at any stage of your child's life. You can pick up and look at it, as I stated previously, even before you decide to get pregnant. You need to try to find out about your health, what's going on with you. Do I have my immunizations up to date? Do I have any pre-existing conditions at this time that I need to get under control? Any parent with an infant, there's also a section in the book where you can scan a QR code and you will actually see a video of how to properly swaddle an infant. And talking about preparing a child for scholastic success, some things that are important in a child's life to make them feel secure. As I said previously, it's all inclusive, and I tried to give as much as I could.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So now the part everybody wants to know, how can people actually buy your book?
You can actually go to my page on Facebook, and there's a link on the page that's at the post that's announcing the book. My book is also going to be available on several entities: Walmart, Amazon, Target, Barnes and Noble, and I can't think of them all right now, Megan. But if anything else, you can always go to my post, and I do have a link that you can click on and buy it from me personally from my online store.
Absolutely. So, guys, we're going to make sure that that link is also posted on this live after the interview as well. So, Ms. Linda, how can people actually follow you and continue to follow your journey as a writer?
Yes, on Facebook, I do have a business page. It's called Linda Singleton Author. And there will also be a link on that particular page or post where you can click on and buy and purchase my book.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Do you want to
Okay.
share any last minute words of encouragement to anybody out there who is interested in writing a book?
I would say just stay focused. I mean, you're gonna have times when you're gonna have white writer's slaps where you can't think of anything. And then you're gonna have some times that you just have an overwhelming amount of knowledge or ideas, I should say, that come to mind. So it's something that's not done overnight or in 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks or even 2 or 3 months. But the experience was quite fulfilling, and I would definitely recommend it for anyone who's thinking about becoming an author.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It has definitely
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure to work with you. Guys, if you are out there and you are interested in writing your very own book, reach out to Joseph's Ministry. We would love to help and partner with you to get your story out. So if that's you, you can visit our website at www.josephsministryllc.com and set up your very own discovery call, and we can go from there. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Ms. Linda, thank you so much.
And thank you, Meagan. It's been quite a pleasant experience working with Joseph Ministries.
Awesome. We appreciate that. It has definitely been a pleasure working with you. So thank you guys so much. And until we go on our next author interview, I hope you have a good afternoon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.